We stand tall and free in the America First Warehouse, where our hearts will always be.
Yeah, we're here at the America First Warehouse. Is that Lisa taking care of business or what? Yeah, Lisa Azzarelli, our tremendous news person, woman. I think I could say that. Just stepped out for a second. She was, here she comes back in the Zoom. Lisa Azzarelli, was so happy to hear you fighting with your family on TV Live, where we have, thousands of people listening. But, he probably deserved it, I'm thinking. Huh, Freddie? Hey, we're at the America First Warehouse. It's me, Joe the Box. You got
John the Blanket. Freddie Rubino, happy Election Day.
Yes. And Kevin, the tinfoil. Kevin, the KDJ, the tinfoil.
Allegedly down in J6, allegedly. But most important here is Lisa Azzarelli, who always comes through with the top stories of the day, brings into some reality of what we're doing here at the warehouse. And the first thing we want to inform you about is some of the news options. So there is Lisa down at the Gulf of America. The Gulf. Hello, Lisa. How are you this morning?
Doing great here, Joe, in the land of the free. We have some important news. First of all, the mayoral race is taking place today, as well as very important races in both Virginia and New Jersey. So we want to make sure we get to discussing that. We're going to have a great guest on who's also going to talk about election integrity. Her name is Marlene Warnick. She should be in second segment. So for our viewers, please stay tuned. And also, we have some news regarding Bush's VP. Dick Cheney had passed away last night. We can get to that. More importantly, though, in my opinion, is Trump's threatening to Nigeria that if they do not stop killing Christians, he is going to come in with serious force. I think that's something important that we also need to discuss. And we'll touch upon all the other great things that we always talk about.
Wow, Lisa, can I just tell you something? I really think the world of you. I love the way you pinpoint what's important. You narrow it down. You're very knowledgeable about all of the issues at hand, in particular when it comes to election and education in particular. So stick around for us. We're going to come back and forth. You'll be with us throughout the show. Molly will come in on the fourth segment or third segment. I'm not really sure about that. But let's kick it off. We're talking about the New York election. I do not vote in New York. I do vote here on Long Island, and I had the same situation as New York City has as I looked at my elected officials, and I'm trying to think which one is not the communist one. And I'm trying to decipher between the D, the R, and the C. And honestly, I don't see any America First candidates. It's very sad. So it's a very difficult selection for me. I went with R because Trump told me to. Johnny, how'd you do?
Yeah, I was out there this morning, and it was all the way across the board. I'm hoping for the best in the election. I kind of feel like Manhattan's going to fall to its own, own fault, and there'll be a shit town. But maybe New Jersey, we can take that one. And the only reason why I really feel that way because I have been watching a little bit of news, and I couldn't believe how many of the Amish showed up in New Jersey to vote. I think they had 800 more registered Republicans to vote for this voting system, and with all the Amish out there that probably never put any thought or mind into it, are so fed up with the government getting involved in their lives because they live off the map. But I'm hoping and feeling some good things. I don't know. I hope so.
You know what, John? Let me remind you, the reason they're voting is, I want to say last year, maybe a year and a half ago, Biden's federal government went into an Amish farm and shut everything down. They said, we don't like the way you make your milk. You might make someone sick. This is the same government that said, get those shots or you're not going to work anymore. They really pushed those shots, but one Amish farm they shut down. It was a big one in eastern PA.
Well, I believe obviously it took some effect because I couldn't believe how many horse and buggies were there and how the police had to stop barricades because the protesters were trying to stop them from coming in. But you can't give a flat tire to a wheelbarrow, right?
I don't know. I'm not an expert on that. But let me tell you, it's amazing that in a lot of these elections now, religion is front and center. The Amish are voting because they could see that their religion is at risk of just having the freedom of religion. In New York, there's a religious aspect to this, that they want Sharia law and they want Muslim rights over all other rights. And now we have the thing that Lisa said in, where is that?
Nigeria.
Nigeria.
Just outside of Chicago.
Just right. That's South Chicago.
Actually, it's in Minnesota, I heard.
So this is religion is always in the center, and a lot of people, that's why you see the Hasidic Jews now in New York, they're going out against Mandami because they're in fear of their lives too. As much as you want to say that you get away from it, and a lot of people deny God and stuff, religion is in the front and center, always will be in this country.
Lisa, how about you?
Absolutely, 100%. We have to understand that our founding fathers have a Christian background and Catholic backgrounds, and so when they created the principles for our Constitution, it was under that premise, hence one nation under God. So absolutely these things need to be honored, and it is going to be in direct conflict to a lot of the principles, unfortunately, in the Islamic beliefs. And so we see these changes within New York City, and that has definitely caused us some concern overall, because in recent months we know that the governor and then the mayor of New York, the governor of New York being Hochul, had allowed and permitted.
Lisa, we might have lost you there.
Yeah.
But you said,
That's okay.
Kathy, there you go. She's back again. Lisa, you with us?
Okay. Yes, I hear you.
You ended at
Sorry.
Kathy Hochul, and we all were in shock.
Kathy Hochul's pandering to the Islamic community to push their votes towards Democrat. She had permitted the expansion of the call for prayer, which the Muslim mosques extend approximately 5 times a day.
We are going to upgrade Lisa's Wi-Fi, and we're going to connect it to the top of a coconut tree. Would you fall out of a coconut tree? Lisa, we love you so much. We're not going to give you up right away, but stick around, please. We want your insight on a lot of different things. But I want to touch base. You really nailed it as far as I was concerned when it came to the Constitution and the Founding Fathers, who created the Constitution and the way the government was going to be minimized and run. But it was going to be under the direction of moral righteousness under God. And God, from the Old Testament, from the New Testament, it's all about really doing good things and good things for other people and helping other people. Whereas the Muslim, Mohammed, Islamic religion is completely opposite. The person that the false prophet Muhammad that they follow and love was actually a warlord that murdered people, hundreds of thousands of people that didn't believe the way he did. And then on top of it, he took many, many wives. We know that's not right. That came right off the stone. Number 6. All right, we understand. So this guy made many wives. One of his wives, Kevin, and I don't know if you're familiar with this, was 6 years old. Now, I don't know about you, but in my country, in my religion, and my beliefs, there's something wrong with that. And I think for a little while, they might have felt the same way because he did not consummate that marriage until she was 9. And this is all fact. But they look at this man like he was perfect, and that's what he can do. The only perfect man that ever walked this planet was Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior, and hopefully yours too. Please, I mean, it's just almost unbelievable that we're falling for what did they call it, Kevin? The lie that they say in order for you to believe. I'm going to lie to you about this because I want you to believe in what I'm lying about for my own purpose. I think it was called tequila or something like that.
Takia, that's right. Just say the lie as long as you can. That's what Kami Mamdani's doing. He's falling apart. That's the good news. I saw a video of him. He said, I will never defund the police. And here's him from 6 months ago. I will defund the police. And then there's another one where I never said globalize the Intifada. And then there he is with an accent that he didn't have before. Globalize the Intifada. All he does is lie. And the only people who are going to vote for him are people who have never read a history book. The good news is the 5 boroughs are full of Chinese people, and Polish people and some Russian people who have lived under communism, and they're obviously not going to vote for him. So I got to be honest. If we're doing predictions, I'm going win all over. I'm going Chitterelli. I'm going win some Sears, Earl Sears. I'm not sure how it goes.
That's right.
Ursula, but in the city, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm predicting Mom Donnie will never be sworn in as mayor, even if he wins tonight. I don't think he's going to be sworn in.
It makes me feel good too, you know. This is a country that it's the greatest country in the world with unlimited freedoms on speech and religion. And when we allow them to have their religion, which we're supposed to be okay with it, as long as it doesn't do harm to other people. And that's what they're screeching out there. They're looking to hurt the Christian, like in Nigeria, Minnesota. No, I don't know what they're.
Dearborn?
Oh, you're close. Dearborn.
They just caught a couple of knuckleheads in Dearborn.
You know,
I was performing in Dearborn Heights on Saturday, making jokes about them.
Wow.
They were going to shoot up a gay bar. Now, a little shout out to the Queers for Palestine. They're going to eat you. They're going to eat you. Get yourself a MAGA hat and join our side while you still have your head on.
Don't tell the gays they're going to get eaten, because they're going to come out in force then.
Yeah, I kind of felt like that was a joke coming out.
You know, there's 30 seconds left, and I just want to clarify a couple of things, what I heard. And I know New Jersey. I feel pretty good about Jersey. New York City, I don't really know what to expect. I'm so in shock that we're even at this situation, and I'm sure it's going to be very reactionary. But I think that Freddie's from New Jersey, and at one time he might have been one of those Quakers. You might have been.
Only for breakfast. I had Quaker Oats.
Quaker Oats for breakfast. Right after this, we'll come right back.
All right, live from Studio 6B on a Friday night, live at the America First Warehouse. Live at the America First Warehouse on a Friday, Real America's Voice, all across the country, 103.9 LI News Radio, all across your radio, Suffolk County, Long Island. Glad you're in.
Hi, my name is Elena Ruseva, aka Megalangela. Please check my art at www.megalangela.vip.
Are you a musician, comedian, actor, filmmaker, or artist who stands for traditional American values? Do you believe in the preservation of our nation, our culture, and our freedoms? If you share our passion for America and want to use your talents to make a difference, we want to hear from you. Our mission is clear. Through the arts, we uphold the principles of freedom, faith, family, and the American spirit. It's time to step up to the mic and make your voices heard. So contact us at AmericanConservativeArtists.com. The Queens Village Republican Club is America's oldest Republican club, founded in 1875. Situated in President Trump's hometown in Queens, New York, we are America First MAGA Republicans. And
Joe was off because the clock wasn't.
Oh, my goodness. Are we rocking and rolling? Oh, we got a minute left, because I can rock and roll right now. Hey, guys, here we are at the America First Warehouse. So many great things are happening here. And one of the things I'd like to tell you about is tonight. I don't know if you're aware of this. I know, Lisa, I didn't tell you about this until earlier, but yesterday afternoon we got a phone call, and they were wondering if we had room for Marjorie Taylor Greene at the warehouse today.
MTG?
Yeah.
MTG.
Johnny
She was
boy.
here once before. I know that a lot of people want to see her.
She was here, and we have her in the sizzle reels, and it says, "This place is gorgeous."
Gorgeous, yes.
Gorgeous.
I love her. I love her.
Freddie, you was in love with Melania last show.
Well,
Now you're jumping ship.
I fall in love very easily. But you know what? The strength of this country is that we honor women, and we let and they rise to power, and we can enjoy their intellect, and they add a great thing to this country. The Muslim countries, they put burqas on, They don't let them talk. They don't let them drive. They suffer for abusing their women. And one of the greatest things about this country is the equality of men and women and all the races and all the religions. And things like socialism and communism, the first thing they do is put an end to that. And that's what weakens the country.
Okay, that was a great story about women. Thank you, Freddie. I love the way you do that. But speaking about women, I do see, is Marley Harnick in our waiting room right now? Because if she is there, we got to bring her in with Lisa and see if we can get her conversation going. Marley, are you with us out there? Do I see her, guys?
Joe. It's really good to see.
There she is.
There she is. Marley, oh my goodness. You are one of the most incredible patriots. You're one of the hardest working people out there on the front line. I remember you when we first started getting really angry with what our government was doing. And the one thing that stuck in my head like crazy was that there was 358,000 more votes in the 2016 election than we had registered voters in the state of New York. I think I'm correct on that. So you found this out, and you have been nonstop ever since. Am I correct?
That's absolutely true, Joe. We have never put this work down, not for a day, because we are in a battle for our country. And the New York State voter registration list is ground zero of the fight. And in fact, last week, Joe, we just had a press conference at the Hay Adams Hotel right next to the White House, because we are 100% in support of this administration and what they're doing to put America first. And we announced our lawsuit against Letitia James and the New York State Board of Elections for conspiracy against voting rights of the citizens of New York.
That woman has clearly shown her degree of evil, that she's willing to go to the length that she has done. And I am so blessed and happy to have you exposing that side of the incredible government that we're running. But I'd like to bring in right now my friend down in the Gulf of America she has a couple of questions for you. Lisa Azzarelli. Lisa, are you with us? Can we double up on both of them, guys? Lisa, there you are. Liz, what do you got for Marley?
Hey, Marley, it's great to see you. And here at the warehouse, we want to thank you for all of your efforts in bringing forth the true issue with election integrity. I understand that you have a modest background as a goat herder upstate New York, and this really speaks to those of us who want to propel grassroots movements. And so I understand when you started New York Citizens Audit, you gave amazing information to the public and was almost immediately attacked by Letitia James, such as cease and desist orders upon you. It was a terrible attack. And now you broadened your scope. You went into sovereign Americans and try to help nationally also. Tremendous effort to bring truth. Here we are, approximately 5 years later. What movement in this new lawsuit against Letitia James can bring hope that we will finally get justice as far as election integrity within these voter rolls? And how can you give us a quick summary of how the deceit works?
Well, those are two great questions. The first question I can say is that one of the problems that we've had nationwide with litigation, and I experienced it federal lawsuits against basically corrupted election processes in 9 different states. And all of them were denied standing. Only one of them is still in the courts. So we have a huge problem, because if you say, well, my vote was diluted by fraud, they say, well, that's really too bad. I'm so sorry that happened, but it's in the past and it didn't matter. And then if you say, well, everyone's votes were diluted by fraud, they say, well, if everyone is dead, then there's really no problem. You know, if everyone is murdered, then no one's really dead, basically. They say it doesn't matter if it's uniform, which is an outrageous, egregious statement against the Constitution. But this lawsuit is not a loser. We are not going to be knocked out on standing, because we're bringing the lawsuit under the First Amendment, the Fifth Amendment, and the 14th Amendment, and the Voting Rights Act of 1964, the Civil Rights Act. So we get standing. And then we have to survive, strict scrutiny and like whether or not we have a reasonable argument. And we do, it turns out, because guess what?
I know she's winning this battle. I feel like she is.
I
It's the
feel
battle
like
of
I keep breaking up.
You did. I'm sorry, because you were just telling us where you're at with the battle. I feel like you're winning.
Yeah, we're absolutely winning, Joe, and that's the best way to put it. There's nothing they can do against this because it's their own hand that did it. Their own voices, their own pens signed these documents, and they are in complete violation of the agreement at the top of the United States Constitution that it is the citizens, the qualified by statute citizens who vote in this country for representatives. And they have shown not only that they can't do that job, but they've shown that they're unwilling to do the job. They don't care about your rights. They don't care about the Constitution. They don't care about your kids. They don't care if your kids are being groomed. They don't care about foreign policy. They don't care about Jews. They don't care about anything other than their own power. And here, this lawsuit, it just strikes right at the heart of that. And it says, this is a line you can't cross. New York won't let you.
Well, I mean, I'm thinking about this. If Letitia James gets busted for her illegal game playing in the mortgage side of things, can you compound her illegal activity here and double up on her prison sentence?
Well, this is a civil case, so we're not able to make criminal charges in the case outright. So unfortunately, I guess, no. But the issue is that there is an established pattern now of deceit. And one issue is with her personal, finances. The other issue is with our United.
I know Kevin has a question for Marley as well.
I do. Hey,
Yeah,
Molly.
I just wanted to say, because I know I froze. Just one thing. The issue is, again, that she doesn't care about the United States Constitution, and she is never going to care. So we've got to stop her.
Hey, Marley, it's KDJ, Kevin Downey Jr. Does any of this wrap up into, I think it was about 5 months ago, I remember reading that Dirty Tish, who's a total garbage person, gave herself some sort of power over every election decision to be made in the state of New York. Do you remember that? Where she sort of granted herself a little...
I absolutely do remember it. And, it was blatantly obvious that what she was trying to do was control House outcomes for for her own benefit and for the benefit of her political platform and whatever she believes she's going to end up running for, aggrandizing herself to radical progressive voters. That was completely illegal, just to be clear, under the Elections Clause of the United States Constitution. Once again, that doesn't bother her. But I did. I saw that, and it took my breath away, actually. And that's another reason why this lawsuit is filed now, because the 2026 midterms are supposed to be for the citizens to determine who represents us in Congress. Not her, not the Board of Elections, not a bunch of liars and attackers and self-aggrandizers, but the citizens of the United States. And when they certify these elections and when they go after us, when she opened a criminal investigation into people literally voting, she showed to the entire citizens of the United States of America that she doesn't care if Congress is breached by foreign interests. She doesn't care if Congress is breached by George Soros or China or Iran or anything else. And the trillions and trillions of dollars that are raised and earned by the American people who actually go to work every day are in control of someone potentially acting adversely to our interests. She doesn't care. That is not just a violation of New York citizens' rights. That is an entire...
This girl's in a lot of trouble, Letitia James. I can't wait to see her suffer. And I'm trying to be a forgiving man and understanding that, forgiveness is important. But they're not looking for forgiveness. They honestly believe their lies. Freddie, I know you're Jersey, but you got anything for Marley over here?
Well, I like that when she was indicted, she went and did that big speech. And you know how people are born again? She was like a black again. She started going, they're coming for all of us. She started channeling Martin Luther King. This is a crime against all black people. There's a woman who didn't care that black people were being murdered in her city for years and years. She did nothing. But now she's black again.
Yeah.
We're going to fight it as a black people. That's when you know you're in trouble, when you're black again.
My goodness. Marley, the voting integrity and the voting processes and stuff is one side of the battle. We got a minute and a half left, and I'm willing to keep you over. I apologize for these Zoom things. But don't we find out that even the Republican Party itself is not really supportive of righteous elections?
Yeah, which is a real travesty right now, Joe, because if we could get on board together, we could fix these problems. And with the platforms and policy initiatives the Democrats are pushing on Americans, the Republicans can run this country for 50 years. I mean, give me a break. Like, really? You don't want this thing cleaned up right now? Because we need legitimate representative government. And so that's what this lawsuit is designed to secure. Again, it's not an election lawsuit on the intake, so we get standing and we get discovery and we get everything. But on the outside, the remedy we're asking for is the repair of all of the election failures we documented and the state clearly is trying to hide and suppress. So 100%. We have to. I wish Ed Cox, I wish the New York GOP would get on this issue. We have such great data, such great evidence. In fact, we're actually about to file another lawsuit joining the Department of Justice in their lawsuit against the New York State Board of Elections to escalate their claims and make sure they get the data they need, because obviously somebody is doing something. Hallelujah. I love Trump's DOJ. They want to fix this, and we're here right there. We got their six.
Well, I want to say that I love you, Molly, and I hope that you can stick around a little bit longer, because I know that there's still some unanswered questions and unanswered concerns, and I'm not going to let the GOP off the hook that quickly. We'll see you on the break of the break, after the break, breakity break.
Robert Cornicelli doesn't write for attention. In What is White, Cornicelli exposes an uncomfortable truth. Whiteness isn't an identity, it's a weapon, one used to divide us, while the system thrives on guilt and control. It's for everyday Americans ready to push past guilt, question the lies, and reclaim who they are. Proceeds support the Veteran Recovery Coalition, helping veterans rebuild their lives. What is White? Available now.
Who broke the television?
Can we laugh at that? Sounds a little mean.
As of this week, public gay sex will now be mandatory.
Am I the only one that could see his lips move?
Cheekbones, baby.
I'm sorry, maybe I overreacted.
Corporate transfer. Fine professional, moving and storage, and inventory management.
Hey, fellow patriots, it's Cindy Gross here, host of Right for America, from your favorite place, the America First Warehouse. You've seen me show on my show so many products from this country's #1 most patriotic manufacturer with close to 400 products. You need to exchange the products you use in your house to this company and make your dollars count in our country.
All right, live from Studio 6B on a Friday night, live at the America First Warehouse. Live at the America First Warehouse on a Friday, Real America's Voice, all across the country, 103.9 LI News Radio, all across your radio, Suffolk County, Long Island. Glad you're in.
It's me, Joe the Box, the America First Warehouse, most patriotic venue in all the land.
The America First Warehouse, a beacon for all to see, a symbol of unity. For the patriots of America, we stand tall and free. In the America First Warehouse, where our hearts will always be.
I never in my life would ever dream that I would have my own jingle. Johnny, how about you?
I like the jingle a lot. Gets the hair on my legs up and
Get the hair on his leg.
Easy, Johnny. It's not your jingle. It's his jingle.
well, the hair on my arms come up. Okay.
He's trying to out-jingle your jingle. I'm not touching your arms again either.
Don't be messing with my jingle. We happen to have Molly Hornick with us. In my opinion, is an American patriot. She's really dedicated her life to truth and in the voter registrations and what's happening in our world, because there's so many different battle lines that have been drawn, whether it's the media lying about us and calling us names, or it's just all the false reports that we got to deal with. And on top of it, we're dealing with an election process that nobody really feels comfortable, Molly. And you're on that front line over there. Do you think that there might be a solution in our lifetimes that we can get back to where the citizens of the United States, we the people, make the decisions on how our lives are going to be run?
Absolutely. In fact, it's very simple. The same thing was applied, 15 or maybe 20 years ago to corporate filings. It's the Sarbanes-Oxley Act, right? So we need the exact same solution for elections. We have to be very careful because the framers were extraordinarily diligent when they kept kind of like cross-referencing it and risk assessing the Constitution, right? They didn't just, throw it up on a piece of parchment with a quill pen. They thought every single turn in that document through so carefully to make sure that it would be impossible for the citizens to lose control of their government. And so when they say in the elections clause, the time, place, and manner of elections shall be chosen by the state legislatures, and Congress can intervene at any time, we have to be careful of using mob rule to override that by demanding a particular election process. However, what is absolutely required is that whatever election process they want to use has to survive strict scrutiny and auditing at every single step of the process. A lot of people don't think about it this way, but our election systems are.
Oh, he was clanking.
And when critical infrastructure, when a voter registration list or a voting machine or any of this equipment and software is inside of critical infrastructure, we're saying it's inside of a digital border. It's just like securing the border from Mexico or securing the border from Canada. When we secure the border around our election systems, we are protecting our congressional representation, which is the core of everything in this country. Once Congress passes a law, we have to follow it. So it's got to be right. So really, it's the same principle as Sarbanes-Oxley. We have to have strict scrutiny. We have to have extremely tight error margins on every single piece of data entering and leaving the system. And we have to have continual monitoring, not just this process where they administer the entire registration and voting process. And then here you got this river. It's about to join the Atlantic Ocean right out in New York Harbor. And they're like, hey, let's just check 3% of the machines. Give me a break. Nobody does that in a legitimate process. Nobody in corporate America follows that process and gets away with it.
So,
and then
Marley,
they tried to put everybody in jail. Let me bring in Lisa.
Right.
Lisa, you got some good questions. Go for it. Lisa. All right.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you,
Yes,
Lisa.
I can.
Okay. So let our audience understand that we are talking about a problem that may be stemming from the Board of Elections itself within our states. Is that correct? Because I understand that we have our county Board of Elections and then we have our state Board of Elections. And does this problem seem to be stemming at the state level? I know there's federal voting, obviously, and then there's our local state voting. So where exactly can we trace the nucleus of the problem?
Well, when the records at the state and the county level don't match up, it's not obvious where the source of that problem is. What's obvious is that we have to know what the source of the problem is. And that's why one of the remedies we're seeking, and we've been seeking since 2021, is a comprehensive, bonded, certified, fully independent cyber and paper audit of the entire New York State election process from registration through certification. If you don't know what the problem is, how can you know you solved it?
Okay, Marley, and let me throw this at you quickly. A local problem. We have a notice from our school districts here in Suffolk, Long Island. I'm in Florida currently, but in Suffolk, Long Island, some of them are stating that they will not be hosting the voting machines. Suffolk has now purchased a new version of the Smartmatic, I believe, a subset of the Dominion voting machine, and they're claiming that this which many people usually turn out to vote at the schools. That's usually the easiest access. So why might that be happening? Why wouldn't the schools just offer, or the election board just offer write-in ballots like we used to? What is the problem there?
I have terrible news for you, and this is a fight that we have to get.
My terrible news, I need it.
I know they can't hear me anymore on the podcast, but the issue is that the education board elections, the school board elections, are governed by a completely different process. And I'll tell you, they.
Oh no, not the school board elections. The schools are notifying regular voters that they can no longer use school grounds to vote.
So they have to find other polling sites?
Correct. And I'm wondering, that has been in place for the longest time. And that deprives a lot of voters of an opportunity to quickly hop in, vote, and go about their day. And now they have to find obscure voting sites. Why might this be happening? Why would the Board of Elections not allow schools to have these Smartmatic machines? I'm not understanding.
I would have to look at it more deeply, but typically what these pious, civil rights advocates on the surface, this is their superficial identity, is just a bunch of liars.
Okay. It's unbelievable. Okay. Pack them on. Stack them up, all the liars. KDJ, got one more hit for Marley?
Marley, let me tell you, when Obama won, I was living in Manhattan, and I was so fed up, I emailed the GOP the next day and said, I'll do whatever it takes. I want to volunteer. I don't want money. I'll knock on doors. Let me know what I can do to stop this. I never heard back. 4 years later, I was living in Jersey, West New York, New Jersey. Obama won again. I emailed the local GOP. We got to stop this. What can I do? They never got back to me. I think the GOP up here in the Northeast has dropped the ball, or maybe there's no one on the bench. What do you think about that?
I can't make heads or tails of it, honestly. I think there's no excuse for not getting involved right now. And I do hear that Ed Cox has become a bigger supporter, maybe on the back end than we realized in public. So I'm grateful for that information I did get, that he really does want to support the president's agenda with this.
Now you have to look for voting places. Now it's not just. So I told my wife that I'm voting at Hooters tonight. So I'll be there if you need me.
Do you hear where Mom Downey voted? His voting place, Frank Sinatra High School.
Wow.
Oh, that kills me that he went in to vote for himself.
Was ICE president? Because I was afraid that they might be a little short and not too many people showing up because they didn't want ICE.
Let me tell you something. The easiest thing in the world to do is to have a secure election. They choose not to do it, the swamp. Because anytime I go to the bank, every bank in the world says that we are so secure that no one else but me could access my bank account with 4 digits and some stupid card.
ID, everything.
All I have to do is go to any ATM and they guarantee that it's me and no one else. If you ever have unemployment, you have to call from the same phone and you have an ID number. It is secure. No one is involved or getting arrested for having false claims. Why can't we have this for election where it's so secure? Just phone it in. 99% of the people would vote, and it would be secure. We could do it if we want. We choose not to for reasons I do not understand.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think Marley knows all the reasons on that side of the fence. And what I'd like to know from Marley is how can we support you here at the America First Warehouse? I see that there's an organization that now you're with. Tell us and our people and people that are watching and will watch it again. Where do they go? How can they support you, Marley Honig? A patriot woman, hardworking, right on the front lines. I want to be there with you.
Thanks, Joe. Our website is realamerica.com. Speed. Oh,
You
this
gotta
is
repeat
painful,
that.
right? On X, it's Real America Vote, and also Marley Hornick, my name. And so we have this lawsuit against Tish James. We're joining the DOJ this coming week, hopefully today. And also we're looking to join the DOJ in several other states where we also have hard evidence that the requests they're making are warranted, and it's an emergency matter. So we really need help. I just want to say, like, honestly, I'm the one who looks at the numbers on our end. We really need help. So please tell everyone, and if you can spare $10 a month, if you can spare $100 a month, whatever you can pitch in, we can use it, and we're very efficient. We want to win, we're focused, and we have lots of attorneys and bills to pay. So please do support the work. We're going to get this fixed. Like you said, Joe, we're going to win this time.
I am so proud of you, and I want to tell you this is our commitment here at the America First Warehouse. We got 9 to 10 different shows that come out of here. We're going to develop an advertisement for you. We're going to bring in all the important aspects of what you're doing, Marley, and we're going to put a QR code against it so people can go directly to you. I want it on the wall at the warehouse. I want it on the door when you come in, and I want it on my van as I drive around town, because there's nobody like you. I've met a lot of patriots. You are one of the only ones that put your money where your mouth is, and you're running right in front, and I love you for it. Thank you so much.
I want free and fair elections. That's what I want.
Well, Marley's going to help us, right, Marley?
That's right, Joe. Thank you so much. And just to be clear, I've never been paid a dime for any of this. I do this for my country and for my creator and for our future.
Well, God bless you, because you and I are on the same exact page for that. But there are ways that God has given me some opportunities that we can help each other. And I promise you, I'm going to send some help your way, because I love everything that you're doing. God bless you, Marley.
Thanks, Joe.
The America First Ultra MAGA store. For all your MAGA needs. We sell t-shirts, tumblers, flags, hats, sneakers, bumper stickers, and a whole lot more. The most patriotic America First retail store. The America First Ultra MAGA store.
Gold and silver, it's God's money, and we all need it. Unfortunately, the whole precious metals industry is rigged in favor of the wealthy people. In fact, it's so complicated that 95% of all Americans don't own any precious metals. What the industry needed was a way for us to buy fractional units of precious metals, get free storage in a secure vault, have them insured, take physical possession of the metals, or instantaneously liquidate the assets at one of the highest buyback prices in the industry. Well, now there is. It's called a sound money account, and everybody needs one. With a membership, you can start buying gold and silver with as little as $1. Now that fits everyone's budget. Also, our members can gift gold and silver between each other in our Sound Money accounts. What a great way to pass on generational wealth. You'll be able to rest easier knowing you have the security and flexibility found in having your very own Sound Money account. Please scan the QR code or go to TAFWSoundmoney.com to learn more. The America First Warehouse wants every American to have access to owning their very own precious metals.
All right, live from Studio 6B on a Friday night, live at the America First Warehouse. Live at the America First Warehouse on a Friday, Real America's Voice, all across the country, 103.9 LI News Radio, all across your radio, Suffolk County, Long Island. Glad you're in.
America First Warehouse was really the most patriotic venue that you can ever imagine. We wanted to build something for people to be able to come to and feel so comfortable and so relaxed, because there is nothing out there like it. We give an opportunity for people to really feel good about themselves and about this great country.
The America First Warehouse,
How you doing, everybody? We are back here. I'm Joe the Box.
John the Blanket.
Freddie Rubino.
KDJ the tinfoil.
And Lisa.
Yeah, Lisa. Beautiful, beautiful.
The smartest one in the
What an incredible show today. What an incredible opportunity. We keep laughing with each other as we, move from segment to segment. But to really have Marley on, she's quite an incredible patriot. She works so hard, and like she said, she doesn't take anything. So I want to, and I'll ask Teresa to help me with that. We'll create some signage for her that people can see it, and we'll create a commercial for her. So great questions, great getting involved. Hey, tonight, if you guys all aware of that, tonight we have the election night party here at the America First Warehouse, and on top of it, coming to the warehouse tonight, Marjorie Taylor Greene and Real America Voice host Brian Glenn, who does a lot of running around. He's a White House reporter for Real America Voice. Of course, Studio 6B will be here. They're going to do their regular show, and also I hear some other special guests might be walking in or walking out. The walkaway guy. What's his name?
Brandon Straka.
That's right, Freddie Rubino. How do you know who he is?
Well, me and Brandon go back a long way. He was on the show 2 weeks ago. That's how I remember.
That's right. He was on one of our shows talking about his hard work in New York City. He's going to be doing the same thing.
Fantastic patriot.
Yeah. Did you know him, Lisa?
I met him, and honestly, through the warehouse, right? Where people come to become famous.
Wow. We enjoyed his interview. He had a lot of information. He making a big difference out there to get the votes for the right votes that we need, like Scott Pressler, who's also here at the warehouse now. Everything I see him out there pushing the votes, getting the GOP, getting the people out there to vote. He's pretty amazing, Scott.
Scott Pressler.
I think Pressler is one of the diehard reasons that Trump won Pennsylvania, because he was out there.
Yeah, with the Amish.
He was all over the state.
Yeah.
He changed his residency to Pennsylvania and just went around getting people on board.
I thought it was the great hair that he had, like you, Kevin. You both got some great hair going on right now. Remember, Johnny, he blew it when you were standing next to him, and he shook his head, and he got your hair in your face.
If I put my shoulder on, while we were doing an interview, because he's like a foot taller than me. Mm-hmm. And I was okay with that, but his hair was on top of my head. I was like, with his hair. Yeah.
That's Brandon Straka. Walk away, and if you're Amish, it's gallop away. Just gallop away. And
your wood wheels.
All right, so anyway, the doors will open at 6:30. We ask you to register tonight to come in. And yes, Marjorie Taylor Greene will be here. Brandon Straka will be here. Brian Glenn will be here. The whole Studio 6B team will be here. We're going to have a lot of fun. Also this weekend, is it this weekend? Yeah, November 8th. November 8th, are you in town? Oh, I think you're working. You said you was going to work. Yeah. Well, it's the Super Saturday Veterans Day weekend coming up, where we're going to be hosting a big breakfast party for any veteran, any EMT, policeman, service worker, anybody that loves this country and serves this country and wants the support of the America First movement. Come on in. We're going to have bagels. We have mugs. We're going to be talking to people, interviewing them. It's going to be a great morning on Saturday, giving lots of love to our American patriots.
And meet all the patriots that come to. Shake their hands. You want to feel good about a place going to? See all those veterans out here that put their lives on the line for us to have our freedoms. What a great day. Huh?
And first responders, too?
Yeah, first responders. We have everybody in the mix on this one. Veterans Day is on Tuesday, but we don't want the servicemen and women of the country and the servicemen and women locally that, came from, a lot of them come from veterans, and they become service, firemen, policemen, from the service, right?
From the military.
So that's a big Saturday. Oh, look at this one. Funny man Fred Rubino's coming back around.
December 13th.
Whoa, that's a way away. We don't have to talk about that
Get
now.
your tickets right now.
December 13th.
Get them right now.
Come on, Freddie, it's way out ahead.
Forget voting.
Now, Freddie, you have been traveling a lot, too, because every once in a while, your shots that I see on the X or Facebook or Fakebook or whatever else you got going on, you got a hotel lamp behind you. Is that your new backdrop?
Yeah, I've been in more hotels than bed bugs have been. But I'm back in Jersey this weekend, and always here on Tuesday at the bastion of freedom of speech, the America First Warehouse.
Freddie, we were thinking about doing doing a late night show over here, and who's your buddy there? Gino, right?
Gino Bisconti.
Gino Bisconti is hilarious. And you had a show with Lisa. You were on that show with them one time over there. Did you have fun with Gino and Freddie? Because we want to do a late night show possibly with them.
Oh, I would love that. The two of them, first of all, are amazing together as well. And it's very hard to stay focused and report the news on his show because I'm too busy watching them.
I swear to God, I had the same problem when I was with them. I had a great idea. I wanted to say it, but they were already 10 feet in front of me. You know how that happens.
So great.
It's called
So
ADD. That's what it's called.
Yeah, thanks,
We
Fred.
cannot pay attention for more than 3 minutes.
No, but you're just jumping so fast on the different ideas that come about. I guess that's a natural thing. Now, Kevin, KDJ, you also have a show here at the Warehouse, and we love that on Wednesday nights. And, you bring out all kinds of good stuff, but you're working hard. You're on the radio. You are one of the hardest working men that I know. I guess you must be rich from all the hard work you're doing.
Oh, yeah, that's me driving around in my 2011 Subaru.
Wearing those fancy sweaters.
Yeah, I've got my lesbian mobile. It's called the Clam Slapper, the Subaru Clam Slapper. It's the MAGA edition because our friend Lisa, remember, had a birthday party here for her mom and gave me the MAGA edition magnet, so I put it on my Subaru. And that keeps the blue-haired Gorgons from thinking I'm one of them. And yeah, I do my podcast here, Be Free, Stay Free, every Wednesday, 6 to 7 p.m. Sometimes I'm alone. Sometimes I bring funny friends on. So come on by, and we're always going to be here, 6 p.m. every Wednesday.
Well, we like everything that Kevin Downey Jr. does. Now, I asked him a couple days ago to think about some ideas because we want to do some game shows out of here. What was a quick scenario of the game show you were recommending?
So here, I don't have a name for it yet, but you got. Let's say you three are the contestants, and here's the board, and you're each chasing a liberal. All right, let's say you pick AOC, let's say John picks Fauci, and you pick Biden. And every time you get a question right, you get them closer to jail. And the first one who gets
like a steeplechase,
you win. Yes, and then the speed round. There's a drug boat, and it's got driving around. You got 30 seconds to answer 10 questions, and then you blow it up.
I'll be Buttigieg because he's really always right behind the leader.
You can pick Pete Butt Giggles. That's not a problem. Any liberal you want to see go to jail, chase him in.
I would want to win that game. I wouldn't lay back. I'd want to go bananas to get that person in jail.
That's a good recommendation. I happen to like it a lot because we just finished up a beautiful game show, and it was Freddie, the Not So Newlywed Game.
The Not So Newlywed Game. We have 2 champions now. Maybe in January we'll crown the 3rd one, and then we'll have a tournament of champions. So, Lisa, get ready because you have to defend your title.
Oh, we're going to bring it. We are going to bring it.
What are you, like you and Anthony practicing or something, asking questions?
Listen, when you're married for almost 30 years, you don't really have to practice. But, we're going to take the cake, I'm telling you now.
I got to tell you, Lisa, when I was here, we were laughing so hard, right? And because the people that I brought in, friends of mine I know for years, they're 30-some-odd years married and stuff.
They came in last.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I can't believe it. They knew each other so well. I mean, every breath they take, they were practicing with their kids at home, and they couldn't get one answer right.
They
froze
up.
I think they were strangers.
They froze up, but it really gave the impression that they knew each other better than the winners, right?
Well, the winners, they got every one of them right. You couldn't get their name right, but they got all the questions right.
Yeah, that guy had a funny name. From now on, can't we get just regular name? Ed Smith. Isn't there a Smith out there?
I'm sure we're going to find somebody because that's got to happen again. So with the Warehouse, a couple other great things are happening. We talked about the comedy night in December. There's also going to be a great art expo that's going to be happening as well, headed up by Scott Lebedo. And I have a great friend down in Miami. His name is David Benangus, and he's done some of the great pieces out here. So we're going to have probably all the top artists that come through the America First Warehouse going to be coming up here, showing some of their new product. They don't really have a chance to show and tell, but we at the America First Warehouse are going to give them Scott Lebedo, David Benangus, Chelsea Carroll, Nelson Medina, Kate Gansey, and I'm really trying to push for my friend Elena Ruzov, the Russian artist who's fantastic.
And then the 2 times they were there was Scott Lebedo was here, and then the gentleman from Miami, Benangus, was here. And one thing that was pretty cool about having him there, they actually did the painting while we were here. So
Live.
Joe had roped off so you couldn't get near. And as the party was going, people were walking by. They were out there splashing. And, Scott's was a show. He does it to a show. But the Benegas guy, he was painting during the show. Which
Right, and then he would take, because he does a very interesting design, and he has to let it dry, and then he goes away and, has a
vodka
little
martini.
whatever he likes, right, Kev?
Yeah, and Kate Gansey.
You can see all your mistakes.
Yes, this is important. Kate Gansey, what?
Kate Gansey made the most beautiful jacket for me to wear at the Charlie Kirk Memorial we did here a couple days after the animals assassinated him. It's beautiful. And everyone says, oh, my God, who made that? Where'd you get it? Kate Gansey. And she's going to be here, a part of it.
Yeah, she's going to be live here. And yes, Kevin, that jacket was absolutely stunning because I think 2 million people saw that night when you were interviewing at the here at Live from Studio 6B, which I love their music, too. I think I might take that for some of my work. 2 other quick things because we got a minute left. I want to bring to your attention a magazine that we really love here at the America First Warehouse. It's called Freedom Talk. And my friend Kelly Johnny Walker, who heads this up with the Sorbo family, and they bring articles. And I bring this up for you, Kevin, because I know you write for PJ Media, and I think sometimes your writings might be seen here if I can make that happen at Freedom Talk Magazine, who are friends here at the warehouse and very good friends with Mike Lindell. The last 2 things I have, because I did say 2, but I'm lying to you, is the Sound Money wallet that we are giving every American an opportunity to save gold or collect gold as little as $1 a day. It's a real simple process because I wanted a little gold. And the last thing on my agenda, I'm jamming it all in, is we're going to be announcing the new app. Right, it's an app that you get on Google and you get on Apple, the America First Warehouse app. It's free. Get it online. You're going to have constant, all the great stuff that we're doing here at the warehouse. God bless America. Please get out and vote, and let's vote R because we have to.